We are live.
Good evening and welcome to the Kent City Council meeting for Tuesday, April 20th, 2021. Just a few reminders, this is a remote meeting due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As per the order of the governor, the meeting is being live broadcast on Kent TV 21, the City of Kent Facebook page, as well as our YouTube channel, which is also Kent TV 21. Before we go into the agenda, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the verdict from today. I hope that this is a symbol of a dismantling of a system of government and inequity that has been filled with structural racism for far too long. As our community works towards healing, I hope we can bring some sort of closure to the Floyd family as well as the community in Minneapolis today. And I pray that it can bring hope to our BIPOC community and know that there is change to come. This is our first step in a many-step process as we move forward. And I want to assure our residents that here in Kent, we remain committed to doing the work to build a system that is fair and equitable and just for all, and that we are going to continue working until everyone in our community is treated equitably and fairly. This is a big day in our nation's history and hopefully serves as a reminder of the work that we all have to be committed to doing. With that, Kim, if you could please call the roll.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mayor Ralph.
Here.
Council President Troutner.
Here.
Councilmember Boyce.
Here.
Councilmember Fincher.
Here.
Councilmember Kaur.
Here.
Councilmember Larmer.
Here.
Councilmember Michaud.
Here.
Councilmember Thomas.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kim. With that, we will move on to item number 3, which is approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda from council or staff?
No changes from staff this evening.
Okay, seeing no hands raised, a motion would be in order to approve the agenda.
Madam Mayor, I move the agenda as printed.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. That's a bit of a tongue twister for sure. The next item on the agenda is public communications, and under public recognition, we have 3 items this evening. The first one is a proclamation for Hopelink Day. So I will go ahead and read this proclamation. Whereas Hopelink began in Bothell, Washington in April 1971. It's a very good year, by the way, coming up on 50 years. When a group of laid-off workers responded to a devastating economic downturn by banding together to help their neighbors find jobs. And whereas in October of 1971, the group received a grant, took on the name North Shore Multi-Service Center, moved to Woodinville, opened a food bank, and also began offering rides. And whereas by 1984, the organization had expanded to cover most of East King County, opening centers in Kirkland, Snoqualmie Valley, Bellevue, and Redmond to provide food and other emergency assistance, while also opening the first emergency shelter in North and East King County. And whereas in 1990, Hopelink became the first Medicaid transportation brokerage serving King County, and within 3 years had expanded to serve more than 25,000 people every year. And whereas the organization officially took on the name Hopelink in 2000, and Hopelink's first transportation hub opened in Kent in 2010, and 7 years later grew into a new and expanded facility in the same city here in Kent. And whereas Hopelink currently serves 65,000 people every year, providing a network of services through 9 programs that help families, children, seniors, and people with disabilities gain stability and, when possible, exit poverty, as well as directs transportation services in King and Snohomish counties. And whereas Hopelink's vision of a community free of poverty includes a commitment to addressing systemic racism and the inequities and circumstances that drive poverty. And whereas for 50 years, Hopelink has served as not only a vital resource in our community, but a beacon of hope for our neighbors who are experiencing poverty and homelessness. Now, therefore, we, the mayors of Bellevue, Bothell, Carnation, Duval, Issaquah, Kenmore, Kent, Kirkland, Lake Forest Park, Mercer Island, North Bend, Redmond, Renton, Sammamish, Seattle, Shoreline, Skykomish, Snoqualmie, and Woodinville jointly proclaim April 21st, 2021 as Hopelink Day and invite the community to celebrate the organization we are proud to call our own as it continues its essential mission on helping people and changing lives for the better in our community. So, powerful proclamation and celebration of the services that Hopelink has been providing to, as you can see, a large list of communities here in King and Snohomish County. All right, the next items on the agenda are some appointments that we have on the consent calendar for council to consider and confirm. First, our appointments to our Bicycle Advisory Board. This evening, I am asking for council's consideration on the reappointments of Mel Roberts, Julie Dunn, Darren Osborne, and Joe Simomo for an additional 2-year appointment that will expire on March 31st, 2023, and to confirm Stephanie Habu for a recent 1-year appointment, for a vacant 1-year appointment that will expire on March 31st of 2020. Also to confirm Maria Castro and Eric Jacobs for vacant 2-year appointments that will expire on March 31, 2023. There's a brief information about each one of those appointees in your packet, and this is on the consent calendar. In addition to that, we are asking for confirmation of an appointment to our Human Services Commission, and it is our very own Kelly Guy, who is the current director of the YMCA, and she's expressed interest and been through the process, and we'd like to appoint her to our Human Services Commission as well. So again, those are both all in the packet and on the consent calendar. The next item on our agenda is community events, and I'm going to turn it over to Council President Troutner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a few events to share. This Saturday, we have the Medicine Take Back program, which is put on by the police department. It is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you have any medication that you want to get rid of safely, please make sure you bring it down here to the police department in City Hall on Saturday. On April 28th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., we have Coffee with the Chief. And it's been a while since we've had this in-person event. It's going to be at the Great Wall Mall, just north of Kent, on this side of Renton. So if you're interested, that is on Wednesday, April 28th. We also have a new series that we're calling Combos with the Council, and it's the ability to meet with your council members kind of on a small group basis. We're all going to take turns, and the first event is April 29th from 7 to 8 p.m., and that will be with your council president right here, Tony Troutner. So if you're interested, please make sure you sign up for that, and then I believe on a monthly basis, we're going to rotate council members. You'll just have opportunities to get to know us a little better and ask questions. And I believe that is all I have to share at this point. Thank you.
All right, Council, any additional community events? Okay, seeing no hands, we will move on in the agenda to item 4C, which is the Public Safety Report. Joining us this evening is Chief Padilla.
Good evening, everybody. Madam Mayor, members of the City Council, it's my pleasure to bring you this month's report, and we'll get started right away. If we could click to the first slide there. I just wanted to take a note to say that we had a peaceful protest in Kent on Saturday. The event went without incident. There was about 70 people expressing their First Amendment rights this weekend, which we supported and felt very good that once again, this was a peaceful event and Kent supported the space for this to happen. We've had a handful of these now in the last few months, and I just want to note that they've all been peaceful, and I think that speaks highly of our community and the way we do business here in Kent. So just wanted to note that. Next slide, Kim, please. Next up, I wanted to introduce some of our newest officers. First up there, you see is Officer Adam Tanvis. And as we continue to do things virtually, where we would normally have our new officers come up and be introduced in person, we're having to do them via this format. So let me go through introduction on the officers. Officer Tanvis is a lateral police officer, which means he has